Hello, Internet. I'm Evan Dashevsky, features editor with PCMag.com. Welcome to the convo.
Hi. How are you?
Well, I have a lot of respect for people who have multiple pursuits, even if they are best known for something else.
Okay.
They still take time to pursue a separate dream. Actress Lucy Liu is an accomplished fine artist.
Yes, she is.
Lead singer of The Offspring has a doctorate in molecular biology and is doing AIDS research right now.
He is.
Yep. And, James Franco's out doing all that James Franco stuff.
A lot of it.
Yep. Now, similarly, today's guest is best known for her role as Maria Ruiz on the hit Netflix original series Orange is the New Black, but she has an interesting background and some really interesting side hustles, which we'll get to in a bit.
Hustling all the time.
Jessica Pimentel,
Hi.
welcome to the convo.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here.
And now, for those of you at home, the show is called The Convo, not The Dialogue. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, and Social Pete will read them off throughout the show.
Social Pete is standing right here, and he will read off only good questions.
Only the good ones get through.
Only the good ones.
Yeah.
So make it good.
So let's jump into it. Now, most people, of course, know you from Orange is the New Black, which premiered the last season last week?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
June 9th.
Now,
was it last Friday?
It was very recent.
I lost a couple of days of my life. I wonder why. Stuck to my couch ordering copious amounts of takeout food for some strange reason when the show was released.
Did you sit home and binge watch the whole season?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did. I actually started right after the premiere party, I think, at 5 in the morning. I thought I was going to make it, though it didn't last very long.
They don't give you a preview access before
They do,
premieres?
but there's something really exciting about knowing
Tweeting with the people.
Yeah, doing a live tweet, and I'm like, I'm going to start it now. You sing the theme song along with everyone, and I apologize to everyone that witnessed me and my brother were in a taxi home, and we found out that our taxi driver was a New York hardcore fan, hardcore music, and he started playing some E-Town Concrete, and we started jamming out to a little E-Town Concrete about 4 o'clock in the morning. So for all of you that appreciated it and sang along with us, we love you, and for the rest of you that were wondering what the hell was going on, I'm so very sorry. We don't normally do that in public.
We'll get to the music stuff in a minute, but let's just jump into the Orange and the New Black stuff. Okay, so as a fan of the show, the whole series takes place over 1 year, year-ish?
So far from the beginning?
Like the plot, because the lead character is in jail for a year.
Yeah, from the beginning.
But she's the least interesting of the bunch, right?
No, it depends. Everyone has their own
favorites. Okay, yeah.
Everyone has which I think is amazing. There's so many people, and you know what? There's so many of us that people who pick their favorites, they forget the other storylines sometimes. And I find that very selective amnesia, very, very interesting. So it does take place, I would say, about a year's time thinking about it now, maybe a little less at this point. But also at this point, it's become more fiction than fact. Right. So the original Piper Kerman, who's a lovely lady, if you look at my Instagram, there's a picture of her there from our party. That's kind of no longer relevant. Yeah. It's taken its own form.
Its own life.
It's its own life. It's its own being now. So we've used that initial story, but now it's something completely else.
Now, your character Maria, in the last 2 seasons or so, really become a badass. Now, did you know the arc of your character when you started, or that they kind of tell you as the seasons happen?
I had no idea what was going to happen. Genji did say to me that, I have really big plans for Maria, just hold on. Yeah. And 3 years later, she kind of gave Maria this 180, which was really unexpected, but really beautiful, really awesome, really well done. So I love it. And we a lot of us find out episode to episode. A lot of us get an idea before, and then some people just have no clue.
And they kill people off in that show, so it can happen at any time.
It can happen at any time, and hopefully you'll have some warning. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do, but that's, the nature of the beast.
Sure. Pete, are you ready to roll that clip?
Are we rolling a clip, Pete?
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Shit, you scared me.
Yo, you scared me with that performance back there. You should win an Oscar using like a dildo.
Sorry, I just had to clear my head.
You got that gun on you?
Yeah, it's in my underwear drawer. What you think?
Go collect the guards from the bubble. Bring them to the chapel. Get Floritza to help you, all right?
Floritza?
Yeah, that's the thing now. I'll see you in the chapel in 10 minutes. You're gonna get organized. You need to bow out? This is your chance right here, right now. All you gotta do is hand over the piece.
No, I got this.
Good. No more girl interrupted shit, okay?
Wait, what does that mean? Like letting people interrupt me?
Nah, it's like the whitest movie ever. Just don't act like a gringa mental case, okay?
Whoa, that was really intense. You could feel the energy here in the studio. Wow.
That was some good, funny stuff. Best comedy of the year.
Now, I actually watched. I'm not caught up all the way. I just watched the season premiere of the last season.
Okay, so you watched the first episode?
Yeah.
Did you watch the second episode?
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's tonight. But
that's tonight. Okay.
I found out that the director of this episode who's directed a lot was Andrew
McCarthy.
Mannequin McCarthy.
Yeah.
What? That's just an amazing
I'm like,
fact.
am I in trouble with Andrew? I love him so much.
I mean, he disappeared for a while at least from front of the screen, but he's been directing all the way through.
He's been directing. He's been. He actually was acting in something very recently, which caught me off guard. I was flipping through the chat. I was like, Andy. No, he's wonderful to work with. I really love working. The thing that's really great about the show is that kind of every episode we might have different directors. And each director works very differently. So that kind of keeps giving us new life all the time since we're playing the same characters for years at this point. You're kind of always trying to figure out a way to make something fresh. And each director brings something new to the table that helps us as actors, challenges us, and makes it fun and makes it awesome. And Andrew's one of them.
And he has great mannequin stories, I bet.
They all are. I love that movie, Mannequin.
Facebook, you have a question.
Facebook question. Hit it.
Do you get a lot of fans who are actually in jail right now reaching out to you?
They probably don't have Netflix.
They don't have Netflix in jail. They do watch some stuff in YouTube. And I have met people, a lot of people who are in between, meaning they've come out of jail, they see the show, and now they're working towards going back into society. Those are the people that we deal with the most. I find that have to deal with the correctional institution and all that.
Yeah. So you grew up here in the city.
Yeah.
And then you went to the Fame High School.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer we can use that reference. The Fame School.
I know the Fame School.
Yeah.
Fame. Nobody knows now.
You want to live forever.
Yeah, and I do.
But
that's so creepy. No, I do.
But I imagine you went for acting, but you kind of had a techie background as well.
No, I actually went for music.
For music, okay.
I'm a classical violinist first, and I auditioned as a violinist. Wow. I made it in, and I was playing music about 8 hours a day. So if you can imagine playing in the morning before school, while you're in school, then after school, then doing homework, then playing again. It kind of took a toll, and I was starting to get some problems with my hands and my wrists, and I couldn't play that much anymore. Right. So we figured that maybe it wouldn't be necessary for me to also play in school if I was also taking private lessons and playing in the citywide orchestra of New York Borough-wide Orchestra. But I wanted to stay in the school. And in order to stay in the school, you had to audition for another talent. So I auditioned for acting, and I made it in, and I was able to take theory classes, music theory, writing, composition, and take acting classes.
And that's where it all began.
And that's where it all began.
But you had an interest in like computers and stuff like that.
I've always had an interest in computers, technology.
We were talking SSDs earlier.
We were talking SSDs earlier because what else would we talk about on a beautiful day like today? Ever since I was little, I used to love taking things apart. I took my television apart when I was about like 4 or 5. I took my television, and I got it to work, except Inspector Gadget's head was too big when I put it back together, so I almost got it. So that's something that I constantly did. And even in the classroom, I went to specialized elementary schools and junior high, so we always had access to computers. We had access to robots. We had access to mechanics at a very young age, so that was something that I always loved, always interested in, and something that I found a challenge and some fun in. It was fun to me.
Now, and you almost went into the tech realm, but then right before you did that, you got the role for Maria. So you were, but now here's the story I heard is that you were on tech support for such a long time, and the people on the other end were so impressed with your knowledge, they wanted to hire you. That usually doesn't happen, just FYI.
I was on tech support for I think almost 24 hours or something with India. We took a break and called each other the next day. That's how long it was. And they were like, wow, this was a really amazing conversation. It was Joseph from India. Have you ever considered becoming a Microsoft tech? And I said, no. He's like, well, you're really good at it. You're good at talking with people. You know what you're doing. And there's training right near you. Maybe let me send you a letter. And every once in a while, I get this little letter that says, it's never too late. It's never too laughing because you know the letter. It's never too late. And I got the last one I got was I had been auditioning for many roles, and some of them were all on this show, and there was no, 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 no. No after no after no, and I was sick of bartending. It's not something that I wanted to do. It was just something to pay the bills. And I had gone very far in this callback process for another major show, and I thought I had it.
Can you mention it?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
But I thought I had it.
Yeah.
And then I showed up, and I thought, like, this is the last round, and there were 30 other people in there, so it was like starting over again, and I was just done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought to myself, I'm not sure if I want to live my life like this.
Yeah.
You know, this constant disappointment. You pour your heart and soul into something, and you get your hopes up, and you see yourself on this show, and you're like, you get ready, and all this energy goes into the audition, and then it's just a no, and it's just a no, and then it's no's about things that you can't even control.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you're awesome, but you're 1 inch too short. Like, but seriously. So it was this constant, you know, disappointment, and I got this letter. It's never too late, and I thought, man, maybe it's time to make the switch.
But then you got the call.
And then I got the call to go in.
But it's never too late, because, you know, I mean, eventually
It's never too late.
all shows do come to
Hopefully
an end.
it'll kill me, and I'll be answering them. So now you know my voice if I answer that phone on Microsoft Tech. Credit card, please.
Facebook, you have a question.
Facebook, hi Facebook.
What's your favorite part about your character on Orange is the New Black?
Ooh, Maria
Beating
is
people up.
so fun. No, not beating people up.
Yeah.
I think Maria is so fluid. This season, it was almost like schizophrenic, you know, that she was like this manic, depressive, crazy, whatever she needed to do in the moment, she's always honest in that moment. But she's not so stubborn that she only sees like one agenda. She just knows to go with the flow. And I love that she just goes with the flow. Whatever happens, she just swerves and keeps going. I think that's so cool about her. She's not just like this headstrong person. She just keeps going with that one thing that she's intended.
Facebook, you have another question.
Yeah, hi Facebook.
Hey, Facebook.
Who are you closest to in the cast?
Oh, I mean, I love everyone in the cast. I love my Emma. This is for you, Emma Miles. A little Invisible Orange is the New Black. That's my girl. I love her so much. I love Leah too. I love Diane Guerrero. I mean, I can't. There's 150 of us. I can't name everyone.
Is that how strong is the cast?
We are more than Game of Thrones.
Wow.
If we and Game of Thrones had to meet on a battleground, we would win.
Absolutely.
That's how many of us there
Yeah, I mean, most of them are CGI anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are not.
So let's also talk about, we talked a little about the music side.
Yes.
The violin background. Now, you're in a band and you guys play around.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people might not realize or be surprised by the genre of music that you're in. Pete, do we have actually a clip of her band? Now, what's the band's name?
It's Alekeen's Gun.
Alekeen's Gun. Whoa. Okay, so how could such a sweet face have so much anger?
There's no anger in that scream.
No anger
I
in that
think
scream.
a lot of people
It's joy.
confuse metal with being angry or depressed. It's not all that. It's power. Power doesn't necessarily mean anger. And it doesn't necessarily mean darkness. It doesn't necessarily mean negativity.
Yeah.
Power is a useful tool for changing your mind, for changing your life, for letting out frustration. If
Absolutely.
it wasn't for metal and hardcore in my life, I don't know where I'd be.
Yeah.
Before I found meditation, that was my outlet, and that was my safe place, was to let these songs and this powerful music speak for me in ways that I couldn't. And it helped me find my voice by being there.
Facebook, you have a question.
Hi, Facebook.
What are your favorite bands?
Oh, man,
let's
there's
get into it.
so freaking many. I guess I'll just start with Meshuggah would be my favorite.
What, do you have a connection to them?
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
These Swedish guys, you know, they're awesome.
this drummer
The
is
drummer,
hot.
especially, I think he's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he should call me sometime.
Yep.
Yeah. Love Meshuggah, Metallica. I mean, they're classic. They're the kings. They're forever, you know.
What's your favorite Metallica album?
Oh, damn.
We had this debate with Chuck Klosterman a few weeks back.
You're going to be mad with
Yeah.
me. I'm going to say Ride the Lightning.
That was
It's
no.
my-
I feel like a lot of people say that.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite. I know everybody says Justice, but Ride the Lightning is my favorite. It's my intro to Metallica. Really, I mean, I would say the Black Album was my intro.
Yeah.
And it's great, and it kind of changed the face of music in general, how people record.
Mm-hmm.
But Ride the Lightning was my first experience that hit me very hard. King Diamond was my first band that I really got into, though. When I was 12 years old, I got a King Diamond album, and it scared me, and I was afraid to go near my closet for like 2 weeks, and I thought, wow, if music can do that, then that's maybe something I should look into. I love them. I love Amon Amarth, love Behemoth. I love... We have a question on Facebook. Sorry.
You already know the key.
I'm going to go on forever, so keep asking questions.
Go for
What
it.
part of Brooklyn are you from?
Born and raised in Cobble Hill, the rough streets of Cobble. It's not. It's quite beautiful. Cobble Hill, that's where I'm from.
Now, just to talk about like some of the influences. I read the Rolling Stone article that you were kind of had a mentor in Peter Steele of Type O Negative.
Yeah.
Now, R.I.P. Peter Steele. I just want to like, if people don't know, Peter Steele, Type O Negative was a band that had some pretty big success in Carnivore in the early 80s and 90s. People in America kind of, or at least the press kind of forgot about them, but they were making amazing music. The last album, Dead Again, is a masterpiece. You can stream that now.
Yeah.
So just Peter, like you met him in a park.
Peter used to clean the parks in New York.
Yeah.
He used to work for sanitation for the parks department. And I used, Mom, turn it off. I used to sometimes cut school sometimes. Or I had later class. That sounds so much better. I had later classes in the day.
Mom, you're back.
But I would leave the house early and I would go sit in the Brooklyn Promenade and just listen to music. And there's a, truancy officers would walk by and people would just be there in their morning enjoying their coffee. And I would do the same. I would read my books or go over whatever homework I didn't finish the night before for whatever reason, and listen to metal and enjoy the beautiful view. And one day this guy comes up to me and he's, "Shouldn't you be in class, kid?" And I just looked up and I looked up and I looked up and I saw the tallest human I'd ever seen. I believe he's 6'7", 6'8". He was 6'7". And I was, like 14, and just all in green and black. So there's some significance with the black and green. It's like the jumpsuit, the Parks Department. And he asked me what I was listening to, and I let him know. And he used to, make me mixes of things that he thought I should listen to, but he was very proud that I was listening to metal and hardcore. Facebook question. I see it.
From playing Maria, do you feel like that's changed your personality at all, or are there any aspects of her that you've incorporated into you?
I don't think Maria has changed me. Maria is an amalgamation of the women I know in New York, my mom, and just experience in general, and playing a human being as honestly and truthfully as possible given the circumstances that they grew up in. So it's of course, little pieces of me, little pieces of people I know, little pieces of women I see in New York, and just in general being as honest and truthful and passionate and vulnerable as possible.
And just to go back to Peter Steele for a second, because I'm just a huge Type O Negative fan. And he was the bass and lead singer, and you were bass and lead singer. And another connection, he was also an inmate on Oz.
Yes, he was.
Yes. So he's kind of like set the template. Without him, there wouldn't be this career.
Oh my God, I'm Peter Steele. No, I'm not close. I wish. No, I don't wish.
No, but it's interesting what you said about you don't think metal's necessarily about like rage and depression and all that. Now, but if you see the clips, that's at least energy. So let me do this: when you're having a mellow day, if you're meditating, you're a Buddhist. Where does that energy and thrust come from?
Well, I mean, Alekeen's Gun, most of our lyrics are Buddhist meditations. So they're cleverly disguised. They're not very cleverly disguised. They're pretty much right out there. They're Buddhist meditations that deal with energy. They deal with transforming anger into something positive. They deal with changing something depressing into something positive. So that's kind of everything that we try to do. And then that negative, dark anger is probably the most powerful anger or powerful energy in the world, can be. So if you learn how to control that darkness and direct it into something, focused, you can really accomplish great things.
Facebook, you have a question.
Hi, Facebook.
We've got some tour requests for your band.
Tour requests.
Yes.
Can we write these down?
So one was Finland, another was Seattle, and another was UK.
These are all places that I would love to go, and I would love to play sometime soon. We're working on a new album now, so we're going to keep it local. But at some point next year, we'll probably be visiting all of you soon. You mentioned that you did have an upcoming gig. Do you want to give the people what they want? We're playing Starland Ballroom, August 26th. Is that a Saturday? The Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know right now what day the Saturday is, but it's a ride for dime. It's a fundraiser for multiple charities that's basically started by Dimebag Darrell from Pantera.
Sure. So we're actually going to go move on to the lightning round. The same
lightning round. I'm so bad at these things.
This is all fun.
At this
is all fun.
I need some shots or something.
That's after the show.
After.
Okay, so same 10 questions we ask anyone. Pete, if we have any more questions, feel free to bring them out. Windows or Mac?
Windows.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did I laugh?
Oh, no.
Was that audible? Windows.
Android or iOS?
Android.
All right, good for you. I think you might be the first Windows and Android. Like, no, there's no Apple in your existence, in your digital world. I like that. Keep it real.
Hate Apple.
Hate Apple.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apple convinced me then.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend.
Yeah.
You've made some great products over the years. I was one of the first iPhone people in the world.
Yeah.
And you let me down. And you know why. You let me down, Apple. And then I switched and I thought, why have I been using an Apple?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you tell us what kind of phone you have now?
That is top secret.
Top secret? Okay.
That's between me and Samsung.
Okay.
It's nobody's business. But
You,
my
Samsung,
own.
and the Galaxy.
Huh?
You, Samsung, and the Galaxy.
Or
Maybe.
the universe.
Or the universe. So Andrew, have you recently come across a piece of technology that made you think, wow, I'm living in the future?
I almost got there, but then it kind of fell back. The Google Glass, I think, was really getting somewhere.
Okay, the future's going to be HoloLens. Have you tried that yet?
No, I haven't tried it yet. And I'm also afraid of these things sometimes because I will fall into that.
Yes,
I picture playing a game like Ingress on Google Glass or what, and I'll just get hit by a car. Like, I'll be that person.
Oh, people will die.
I'm going to die.
It's going to happen.
I will probably get playing a stupid game.
Facebook, you have a question.
Hi, Facebook.
Who's your favorite Orange is the New Black character besides Maria?
Ooh, it changes all the time. It really does. Piscatella was my favorite for a while because he was just so, oh my God, I wanted to kill him every second.
Yeah.
So a character that can make you feel all these feelings is something special. I love Suzanne, Crazy Eyes, the things that she goes through as a character and the things that she does as an actress are truly amazing. And then we have Leanne and Angie, the meth heads, and their shtick is incredible. And Loose Check. Look, I can't. We're going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all awesome. It just changes like episode to episode depending on who's talking the most, I guess. They're all awesome.
Absolutely. When you're waiting in line at the store, what is the first app you open to pass the time?
When I'm waiting in line at the store, I look at the
You don't have to wait anymore. I don't. People watch.
I try to still stay engaged in the regular world, and I try to make windows of time where I use apps, and when I don't use that, when I actually look around and see people and what they're doing and observing them, because I'm an actress and that's my job is to watch people. And this is what I see a lot at dinner, a lot of this at dinner. So what's the point of even being out together? I think we're forgetting that we control the machines, and now the machines are controlling us with their reward systems and notifications and all. I've turned all my notifications off. I turned my ringer off, and I only check when I feel it's necessary. I try.
Ed Snowden, traitor or hero?
Hero.
Hero. All right. Will the singularity occur in 2054?
Oof. No.
No? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Is intelligent life out there in the
Absolutely.
universe? Absolutely.
It's right in front of us and we can't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to elaborate?
I'm a Buddhist, so we believe in multi-dimensionality.
Sure. Facebook, you have a question.
Hi, Facebook. I have a question.
How do you think things are going to end for Maria? Is she going to live?
I have no idea. I mean, we all die in the end. Isn't that a tragedy, darling? We all die in the end. So we have no idea how it's going to go. We really, at this point, I can't even say it because not everyone's finished. Can I say it? It's not my fault you're lazy.
Yeah, no, it is not your fault. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it.
At this point, where we end, we don't know where anyone is going. So, if you finished, I don't know how many of you finished, everyone is in a different place. That's all I'm going to say, just for you.
Just for me, yeah.
Because you couldn't take the time out.
Take
13 hours of your life for me before we met and order some food and sing that song 13, 14 times.
It's like a catchy damn song, isn't it? Yeah. You guys going to cover it?
Never.
Okay. Is Bigfoot out there?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe there are creatures out there that we have not seen. They know how to hide, right?
Sure. Okay, then final question. We are in the golden age of television. Other than anything you're working on, what are you watching these days?
Silicon Valley.
It's great. Yeah, love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Watching Silicon Valley, love it. House of Cards, not yet. I'm just waiting for a certain Swedish drummer to come home tomorrow, and then we can watch it. Then we're going to be stuck to the couch for a couple of days because they're about to start their U.S. tour with Megadeth. Meshuggah and Megadeth will be going out.
Yep. If people don't know Meshuggah, they're a great kind of like
they're technical
math bands. Yeah. Throbbing, sort of like if you like that.
If you would like to think that you can count, these people will prove you wrong. You cannot count.
Yeah.
So waiting on House of Cards. Silicon Valley, Gomorra d'Italia, la serie fantastica che io amo, is this show that I love. It's an Italian show, Gomorra. It's
where can you watch that?
From Naples. You can now watch this on Netflix.
Oh, hey.
Amazing. Season 1 is on Netflix. But spending a lot of time in Europe, I got to watch the first 2 seasons, so it's awesome. Season 3 is coming out. Shout out to my friends on that show. I love you guys. Hire me. So that, Gomorra, I love Peaky Blind. Pretty much Netflix, play, are you still watching? Yes. Run out of show. Would you like to watch this? Yeah, pretty much just most things on Netflix for the most part. But Game of Thrones, Silicon Valley, Peaky Blinders, Gomorra, House of Cards. What else more? That's good. That's good.
That's a good list.
That's
like
a lot.
That's enough for you people to go on.
That's like a good 3 days on the couch. Maybe like
just call out of work and
work.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Any other projects that people should look out for other than season 6?
Season 6. I just finished a film with Tyne Daly and Janine Garofalo called The Bread Factory. It's 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Just basically watching the evolution of this small town being gentrified and trying to keep art alive for the sake of art and not for money. It's the Kill Bill of gentrification. Yeah, and being from New York, it's going to hit a special place in my heart. Sorry if I hit that mic. It's going to hit a special place in my heart because we've seen our city change so much. The little pockets that we thought were safe from them. But they keep coming, so it touches on that, and it's a great acting, and there's some magical realism in there. So there's all of a sudden people will start tap dancing, or it'll turn into some Greek tragedy from ancient time. It's really great film by Patrick Wang. Check it out.
When's that coming out?
It'll be out next year at some point.
Oh, very cool. Well, thanks to everyone who's watching. Give us a like, give us a share if you're watching for the first time. Check out some of our past interviews. We do a lot of cool ones. Convo is an audio podcast on Stitcher, on maybe on Netflix, on just like all the places, on iTunes. If you like this, give us a review. Those are always appreciated. Thanks to Social Pete. Thanks to producer Weston. Thanks to photographer Jose.
Hi, Jose.
Kind of getting there. And of course, thank you to Jessica. This has been amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to everyone else. And as always, be good to each other. Peace.